Here we go, getting 10 minutes on the clock here. Next 10 minutes of uninterrupted basketball talk of what just happened yesterday in the NBA. So here we go, 10 minutes on the clock, and the 10 minutes start right now. Alrighty, just a handful of games on in the NBA last night, and what was our goal? What was our goal last night? To get back on track. We have just been missing great value over the last 2 weeks. I have been out of my element, folks. I have been letting y'all down. So what did we do last night? We went to get back to the basics, and we hit, baby. We're back. If Cam Newton could say, I'm back, baby. Yes, sir. Free money is back, folks. So you might want to, pay attention over for the next, 15 minutes. All right. So here we go. We had 2 bets going in. We'll talk about it when we reach those matchups. So let's start with the first matchup that we bet on: Warriors at the Bucks. And Folks, we had to swallow 2 here. Bucks -2, and I think at tip-off it was Bucks -1. The Bucks had like a 40-point lead going into halftime, folks. Bingo, bango, we're back. Bucks -2. They win by 19, no problem. Once again, this Warriors team needs Draymond Green on the floor. He is their enforcer. He is their beef. He is a little bit of the heart of this team. Yes, Klay Thompson's back, but once again, he's playing limited minutes. Like we said, only 20 minutes. That's what we're expecting. So we knew it wasn't any great value betting on the Warriors last night. And, our thought process was 1,000,000,000% correct, folks. Like, they were down 40 points. Let me get the official number right here. The Warriors put up 38 points in the first half. 38 points. They were down 47-38. 38-47. 77, Jesus Louise. They were down 77-38 at halftime, folks, okay? Let's start here with the Bucks quickly. Giannis doing his thing, 30 points, 11 assists, 12 rebounds. Jeez Louise. Bobby Portis, 20 points, 7 rebounds. Chris Middleton, 23 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. And Grayson Allen, a little bit back as well. And we absolutely love that. 15 points on 3 of 7 from the 3. Absolutely fantastic. So the little bit of the big 4 here for the Bucks, truly getting it done last night. Always reliable. And then for the Warriors, Steph Curry, lackluster night. Steph Curry's been going through this stretch ever since Klay Thompson's been back. And I know it's only been 2 games, but man, oh man, Steph Curry only 12 points, 2 of 6 from the 3, 36% on 11 shots. Him only taking 11 shots is just out of ordinary as well. I mean, he takes 11 threes a game. He took 11 shots just in totality. Kevon Looney still can't get it done at the 5, 7 points, 7 rebounds. Off the bench, Jonathan Kuminga, 15 points, 7 rebounds, pretty solid. Klay Thompson in his 20 minutes, 11 points on 2 of 7 from the 3, not getting it done. So Warriors, they're still a good team. We're not saying that this is a bad team. They just are in a little bit of a funk with the injuries. Klay Thompson trying to get back, Jordan Poole trying to get acclimated down to the bench since he's been in the starting lineup the entire season. So Warriors, you got to stay away from betting them. Yes, they've got the big name, they've got the clout, all that, but they are not good bets at the current moment. We proved that last night. Bucks -2 hits bingo bango. They win 118-99. All right, next game up here, which was the other game that we bet on last night. Timberwolves at the Grizzlies. We had Grizzlies -4, and they take care of business. They win by 8, 116-108 over the Timberwolves. And why we felt so confident betting on this Grizzlies team last night was because of Ja Morant for the Grizzlies and just the overall unable to get it done in the stretch, down the stretch in the fourth quarter when the game is close. They can't really close it out. This Timberwolves team is not ready to kind of take that next step of closing out games and beating really, really good teams, and that's exactly what we saw last night. Game tied with about 2.5 minutes left, and the Grizzlies just pull away. Big shots, fouls, all that, and the Timberwolves just could not clutch it up at the end. So the Grizzlies win by 8. They cover the 4. Bingo bango, our 2-teamer last night. Bingo bango, folks. We're back. But here we go. For the Grizzlies last night, Ja Morant, 16 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. Fantastic. He wasn't efficient last night. 0 of 7 from the 3 and 31% shooting on 16 shots, but still a +5 on the floor. Still getting it done. Shout out big time to Ja Morant. Desmond Bane, 21 points, 4 steals, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. And Jaren Jackson Jr. playing the 5 in lieu of Steven Adams Williams, who's been out. 20 points, 5 rebounds, a +6 on the floor. Yes. And then the bench, folks. John Concher, 15 points, 17 rebounds. And Brandon Clark, 14 points and 8 rebounds. Man, oh man, this Grizzlies team, folks, they are so gosh dang good. They are so gosh dang deep. John Morant, yes, sir. MVP. All right, and then the Timberwolves here, the big three, they got it done. D'Angelo Russell, 29 points, 6 assists. Karl Anthony Towns, 25 points, 9 rebounds. Anthony Edwards, 30 points, 4 assists. But then the other fourth leading scorer was Jared Vanderbilt, 8 points. Patrick Beverley, 3 points on 9 shots. So once again, we know this. They've got the big three. The other role players need to get going a little bit better here, way more consistent. We need Patrick Beverley to be that kind of defensive hound that we know he can be. We need this Timberwolves team to start closing the deal, getting it done in the fourth quarter, getting it done in the clutch. So that's the next step that they have to take. They have not taken that yet. Grizzlies get the win, 116-108. Alrighty, next game up here. We didn't bet on this game. I was close to betting this game, but we didn't. Clippers at the Pelicans, and once again, you can't bet the Clippers without Paul George, and that's exactly what happened last night. Pelicans get the win, 113-89, a nice dominant blowout win here for this Pelicans team. Brandon Ingram, 24 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, fantastic. Valanciunas, 18 points, 16 rebounds, and then all the other starters got it done as well. Herbert Jones, 14 points, 3 steals, 3 assists, 6 rebounds, and Josh Hart, 12 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, and Devontae Graham at the 13 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, all that was great. And then Jackson Hayes, back-to-back games, getting it done off the bench. We love it. 13 points on 100% shooting, 5 of 5 from the field, 1 of 1 from the 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Yes, sir. Get it done in only 16 minutes, making the most of it. You gotta love it. Shout out to the Pelicans for the win. And then the Clippers, once again, just no Paul George. So now the leading scorer is Terrence Mann, 15 points coming off the bench. Reggie Jackson in the starting lineup, 5 points on 18% shooting. Amir Coffey, 5 points in the starting lineup on 28% shooting. Zubac, 6 points at the 5, 60% shooting. Nicholas Batum, 6 points at the 4, 40% shooting. What are we supposed to do with these numbers, folks? What are we supposed to do? Marcus Morris at the 3, 12 points on 1 of 9 from the 3, 21% shooting on 14 shots. They need Paul George. You cannot bet this Clippers team consistently and confidently if Paul George is not out there on the floor, folks. We need him back, and they need him back quickly, because this Clippers team is reeling at the current moment, folks. Clippers are currently the 8th seed in the Western Conference, 4-6 in their last 10, 21-22 record. When they were with Paul George, they were consistent, they were competitive, they were winning games. I want to say they were in the top 6 in the Western Conference. Now they're number 8 here, falling quickly. Paul George, he needs to get back, man. So Clippers lose big time here, 113-89 to the Pelicans. All right, then we get the Thunder at the Nets, and wow, look at this. Nice upset win here for this Thunder team. 130 points. They win 130-109 over the Nets. No Kevin Durant last night. Kyrie Irving can't play because it's at home, so it's just James Harden out there by his lonesome. 26 points, 3 blocks, 3 steals, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, trying to do his damnedest to single-handedly win the game. He took 22 shots. You know, he took the most by far. The second highest shots was Cam Thomas coming off the bench with 18. So James Harden, 3 of 11 from the 3, 31% on 22 shots, just trying everything. Unfortunately, they did not have enough offensive pieces. Another thing that we know about this Nets team, and as we start, we're kind of in the thick of it, toward, of the middle part of the season. So we're starting to see true teams showing their true colors. Did the first kind of 1, 2, 3 weeks of the season, is that what they really are, or are they more just kind of worse than that now that we are at this midpoint of the season and can truly evaluate an entire kind of first half of the season body of work? And now we are starting to know what these teams truly are, and we know this Nets team, they don't have the offense without Kevin Durant, and it's unfortunate. Second leading scorer was Cam Thomas coming off the bench, 21 points. We had David Duke Jr. coming off the bench with 13 points, but everybody else in the starting lineup, man, oh man, they need Kyrie Irving. No Patty Mills either last night. Why the hell is Patty Mills taking the night off when Kevin Durant's out? Patty Mills, you better get your ass to this game in any capacity. I don't give a damn. But yeah, missing so many pieces last night. Nets could not hang. And then for the Thunder, for this giant win, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 30 points, 9 assists, 10 rebounds on 61% shooting. Absolutely fantastic. Luguentz Dort, a solid offensive performance last night. 27.6 of 10 from the three. And then Josh Giddey, who's been really solid here over the last couple of weeks. 19 points, 7 assists, shooting 3 of 11 from the three. Not the greatest. 47% on 17 shots. Alrighty. But either way, we'll take those 19 big ol' points. That is our 10 minutes, but we still got one game to go here, so let's wrap it up here. Thunder get the win, 130-109 over the Nets. And then the last game of the night here, the Blazers at the Nuggets. Nuggets get the win, 140-108. And remember, folks, yes, this Nuggets team they've been winning decently over the last couple of games here, but it's always against kind of the bottom of the barrel team. So yes, the Nuggets are kind of winning at the current moment, but there is still no bettability on this team. Yes, they beat the Blazers with no McCollum and Lillard, but also no Anthony Simons last night. And we know that's kind of the new identity of this Blazers team. Now that we know Damian Lillard's out for potentially the season, they probably won't even bring him back because the time that he's healthy, when he can come back, they'll probably already be eliminated from playoff contention. So there is just nothing great by this Blazers team. So yeah, Jokic can single-handedly beat this Blazers team. There's nothing good on this team. So Nuggets get the big old dominant win, 140-108. For the Nuggets, here we go. Jokic, 20 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds. And folks, get this. Once again, why we can't buy this Nuggets team. Aaron Gordon, folks. The Nuggets put up 140 points. So you're probably saying to yourself, Aaron Gordon had a great night. He probably contributed 25, 30 points. No. 5 points by Aaron Gordon. 5 points. Everybody outscored Aaron Gordon last night on the Nuggets besides 2 players, and they played a combined 7 minutes. Devon Reed only scored 3 points, and Marcus Howard only scored 3 points. They played 7 minutes combined. Everybody else. I'm talking Jeff Green, 19 points. Jokic, 20 points. Will Barton, 21 points. Monte Morris, 9 points. Austin Rivers, 9 points. Facundo Campazzo, 18 points. Zika Naji, 16 points. Bones Highland, 17 points. Literally everybody outscored Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon is not an offensive player. We know this, folks. So once again, yes, the Nuggets are beating some of the bottom of the barrel teams, but still no bettability, buyability here for this Nuggets team. And then for the Blazers, I mean, this was their starting lineup. Dennis Smith, Ben McLemore, Nurkic, Covington, and Nasir Little. I mean, folks, what is this? So leading scorer was Ben McLemore, 18 points. We'll give him a little credit there. Nurkic down low, 10 points, 6 assists, 8 rebounds. And then we had Dennis Smith Jr. filling in at the 1 for Anthony Simons and Damian Lillard, 17 points, 8 assists. It was pretty solid, but overall, there's no depth here. There's no superstars here on this team. There's just nothing here. So unfortunate for this Blazers team. Unfortunate for Chauncey Billups as well, who, trying to make his coaching debut and has absolutely nothing to work with. So Nuggets get the big old dominant win, 140-108. Alrighty, that was all the NBA from last night. Let's see what we've got on tap for tonight, folks. We're looking to go back to back. I want it back to back. All right, folks, we just got it going last night, and let's keep it going. Let's prove that was not a fluke, and we are truly back on track. Tons of games on in the NBA tonight, so there's tons of value to evaluate and find, folks. We're not going to get too greedy. We're not going to get too cocky. We're just finding the best value of the night like we did last night. Can we do it again? Of course we can. Don't disrespect us by ever questioning us again, folks. What are you, crazy? Alrighty, so here we go. Let's find the value. First game up here. Celtics at the 76ers. Celtics plus 3.5. 76ers only minus 3.5. What the heck is up with that? Must be some big outs for the 76ers team with the spread this low. What are you, crazy? So here we go. Marcus Smart is out for the Celtics. For the 76ers, Danny Green is out. And that's it. What? 76ers only minus 3.5. What is this? What is this? We get everybody good to go for the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey, obviously Joel Embiid. This seems a little trappish. Why would we bet on the Celtics? Yes, they've got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and they've been kind of getting it done. They finally have been able to kind of work together on the floor to contribute to actual wins as of recent. But is this outlier? Is this really the future of the Celtics? So I don't believe it is the future of the Celtics. No Marcus Smart, which is, kind of what we want. So expect Dennis Schroeder at the 1, Jaylen Brown at the 2. So I think I'm going to take the 76ers minus 3.5. Yeah, Robert Williams has been solid here for the Celtics team, but it's still at the end of the day, it's Joel Embiid. I'm not ready to say this Celtics team is ready to start being competitive or even beating these better middle-of-the-road, upper echelon teams in the NBA. And this 76ers team, folks, this is a good team. They've got shooters, they got beef, they got vision, they've got facilitators, they've got solid coaching all around here. So give me the 76ers. Only have to swallow 3.5. I'm loving the value here. I'm not buying into the Celtics team at all, folks. Right off the rip, we're already finding good value. 76ers minus 3.5. We love it. All right, then we get the Magic at the Hornets. Hornets have been playing really good here as of recent. They just beat the 76ers, who we are betting on, and so the 76ers better have a better performance than what they did on Wednesday night. But yeah, we're going to stay away from this one. This Magic team, they're starting to potentially, take the next step into start beating some of the better teams. They're being competitive. They're usually covering the spread. But this Hornets team, they've just been on a tear recently. This Hornets team is 7-3 in their last 10 4-game winning streak. Don't want to swallow all these points when we don't have to, so we'll stay away from betting on this one. All right, then we get the Suns at the Pacers, and another spread that's maybe just a little bit too low here. Suns minus only 5.5 here on the road. Pacers plus 5.5. Y'all know how we feel about the Pacers. Never bet them. They never win. And then for the Suns, Frank Kaminsky is still out. Dario Saric is still out, and Cameron Johnson is a game-time decision. So the depth is going to take a tad of a hit. Nothing too concerning. And then for the Pacers, we get Torrey Craig, a game-time decision, and Malcolm Brogdon, a game-time decision. So, Suns here, fantastic all throughout this season. One of the best teams in the league, hands down. 6-4 in their last 10. Just beat the Raptors on the road the other night, and I believe, did we bet them? Did we bet on them? Something around that. But either way, Suns here, minus 5.5 here on the road. This Pacers team, it's just nothing good, folks. They're not competitive. They don't ever even challenge the better teams. They challenge, the middle of the road, bottom of the barrel teams. But, this Suns team, one of the best teams in the Western Conference. Are they the number 1 seed? I believe they are, since this Warriors little bit of a skid that they're on. Yeah, Suns are now the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. So, yeah, we'll swallow 5.5 here with them as well. I've got no problem swallowing points with greatness. Alrighty, so finding some great value already tonight. We love it. And we still got like 6 games to go, so here we go. Let's keep it up. Next game up, Raptors at the Pistons. Raptors -9, Pistons +9. This Raptors team has been on an absolute tear as of recently as well. Fred VanVleet has been going on his Curry bullshit over the last 3 weeks here. It's been fantastic. Outs, we get Goran Dragic is still out for the Raptors. Gary Trent Jr. is a game-time decision, and Scotty Barnes is a game-time decision. We need them for their offensive efficiency. And then for the Pistons, we still get Jeremy Grant out, and we don't bet the Pistons anyway. So I love the Raptors, don't get me wrong, but not ready to swallow 9 with them on the road, especially when we've got other great value. No need to push it. Then we get the Warriors at the Bulls. Warriors +3.5, Bulls -3.5. Another spread that's wonky as heck. Warriors on the back-to-back, so we're staying away from betting this game altogether. But the Bulls -3.5, what is up with that? Derek Jones is out, obviously, as we know, just got injured last game, but the big four is all good, and the Warriors, Draymond Green is still out. Draymond Green's still out, back-to-back game, just got absolutely obliterated last night. Bulls -3 is looking like good value, but we don't bet back-to-backs either way. The team that's on the back-to-back or the opponent facing the team that is on the back-to-back. And why we don't do that? the back-to-back team, the team that is playing in back-to-back, they either are going to be warmed up, so they'll have an advantage over the other team, or they're going to be sluggish and tired because they just played the night before. So you never know what you're going to get, so we just stay away from it in totality. But if y'all bet back-to-backs, I would say Bulls minus 3.5 is the better play of that matchup if you're itching to bet just that matchup. All right, here we go. Then the next game up, we get the Hawks at the Heat. Hawks plus 4.5, Heat minus 4.5. So look at that. Heat getting respect here. Minus points, even at home. Let's see, is Jimmy Butler good to go? Jimmy Butler, game time decision. Bam Adebayo is still out for the Hawks. Clint Capella out, and that's big. That's big for them, having no big down low. And then Kevin Huerter, game time decision alongside Jalen Johnson for the Hawks. So love this Heat team. Y'all know it. Now that they're kind of being favored here, does Vegas know a little something? So we'll stay away from this game as well. We've got other two great values, so we don't need to push anything. Heat minus 4.5 is looking solidly appetizing, especially with this Hawks team skidding 3-7 in their last 10 3-game losing streak. They got to get it back together. Having no Clint Capella is not going to make it easy for them tonight. All right, then we get the Cavs at the Spurs. Cavs minus 3.5, Spurs plus 3.5 here, and potentially some great value. I think we're taking the Cavs if everybody's good to go here. Just the usual suspects are out for the Cavs. Rajon Rondo is a game-time decision. And for the Spurs, Derek White, game-time decision. Drew Eubanks, a game-time decision. So this Cavs team, we know they're great, and this Spurs team is just not great. So this Cavs team should have no problem covering 3.5 here. Expect Darius Garland to go crazy, Mobley to go crazy, and Jared Allen to go crazy because there's really nobody to stop him on the Spurs team. Cavs minus 3.5. All right, then we get the Mavericks at the Grizzlies. Mavericks plus 2, Grizzlies minus 2. Grizzlies on the back-to-back. We'll stay away from it. Then we get the Rockets at the Kings, and these are two trash teams, so we're staying away from this one as well. Rockets plus 5, Kings minus 5. No, thank you either way. So there it is, folks. A nice little 3-teamer with some great value. We could have probably expanded it to a 4-teamer, maybe even a 5-teamer. Honestly, all right, this is what we're going to do, folks. This is how I'm going to present the information to y'all, and I'll let y'all do whatever the heck you want. These are the best values of the night, folks. 76ers minus 3.5, Suns minus 5.5, and the Cavs minus 3.5. Those are all fantastic value. We endorse all of those. Now, if you want to spice it up a little bit, folks, add on to it Bulls minus 3.5 and the Bulls minus 3.5 in the Heat minus 4.5. If you want to get crazy for a 5-teamer, we would add those other good bets. Bulls minus 3.5 in Heat minus 4.5. So overall, 5 good values over round. 3 are better than the other 2, but overall, they're all still good value nonetheless. So that's what we've got rocking tonight. Officially, 76ers minus 3.5, Suns minus 5.5, Cavs minus 3.5. Unofficially, Bulls minus 3.5 alongside Heat minus 4.5. But feeling good here tonight, folks. Swallowing points and not feeling bad about it.